lose fat or live a healthier lifestyle, then you need to be looking at what you're having for breakfast. So in this video, I'm going to take you through my top 5 high protein breakfasts that can be made in under 20 minutes and that are gonna keep you full for the rest of the day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we're gonna be going through my top breakfast that I go to on a weekly basis. Now, all of these breakfasts can be made in under 20 minutes. They are high protein and they're super yummy. I'm excited. This was one of my most requested videos. I know you guys loved my last one, and breakfast is honestly my favorite meal of the day. If I could have breakfast for every single meal of the day, I actually would. Today is Monday, so we're starting off at the beginning of the week, and Monday is typically my busiest day of work. So Monday for me is always a really quick and easy breakfast, and I don't like anything too fussy. It's my go-to, and you guys can probably guess what I have for breakfast every Monday, and that is protein porridge. Now, protein porridge is one of my go-tos because it is so easy, but it's also so easy to get wrong if you don't know how to make it. And honestly, the amount of people that message me saying that it tastes lumpy or grainy, I couldn't even tell you how many people, because there are so many, and it's so easy to get right. So I'm going to show you exactly how I make mine so that it's creamy, it's smooth, and it actually tastes really good. Now, the main ingredients for protein porridge is a good protein powder. So I use this one. It's the Women's Best Fit Pro Whey in French vanilla. Best flavour ever. Then we've got some porridge oats. You can use any, to be honest, it doesn't really matter too much. And then topping wise, so I always like to add some berries. These are fresh ones, but you can also use frozen ones. Then I also like to add a sort of granola. This is crunchy nut, but it is nearly gone because it is that good. And then I always add a type of spread as well, because if you add a spread to your oats, it will melt on the oats and it just honestly tastes incredible. So first of all, we need to weigh out our oats. Now, I actually use a protein powder scoop to do this because I'm lazy and it's the easiest way. So one scoop like this is around 30 grams of porridge oats, and I would suggest around 40 to 60 grams of oats per portion, roughly, if you're trying to sort of stay lean or lose fat. Then once we've weighed them out, we're gonna cover them with water, so cold water from the tap. This is how much water I've just covered my oats with. Then I like to cook my porridge oats in the microwave just for ease, because I can't be bothered to cook them on the stove. So I pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, and that is with a 800 watt microwave. Oats are out of the microwave and they look like this. So just give it a stir. It's relatively stodgy and very hot. But what you need to do now is leave this to cool for at least a minute. When you put the protein powder in, it can't be piping hot, because if it's piping hot, that is what burns your protein powder and makes it taste really grainy and bitter and not good. While my oats cool, I'm actually gonna take a little bowl and put some Biscoff in it, just because I like to melt it in the microwave for 20 seconds and then I can drizzle it on top. But if you don't have time for that, just when you've made it, shove a teaspoon of it on top and it will melt anyway. So as you can see, it's all melted. Oats are cooled, so now it's time to add 1 scoop of protein powder. Then we're just gonna give it a mix. And this protein powder is really good because it doesn't make the oats too watery. Some protein powders can make it really watery and runny, so just be aware of that. So this is the consistency of my oats. Now we're just gonna add some fresh berries on top. Then I'm gonna add a scoop of granola, which again is around 30 grams. And finally, we can drizzle on top the Biscoff. Oh my god, this just looks so good. And there we go, guys. There is my protein porridge with granola, Biscoff, fresh berries. Honestly, this is so good, and it is my go-to every single day because it is that easy. Okay, here goes the taste test.
So let me get one.
Are you gonna try some? No, don't take
No, I'm not gonna get a big
all
one.
the
It's just a small
Biscoff.
one. No.
Any good?
Sweet, innit? Good egg. I think I've got a lot of Biscoff there. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I know, you took all the Biscoff.
No, I didn't. It's nice. Perfect pre-workout.
So per bowl of this, there are 492 calories and 33 grams of protein. Guys, that was so easy to make. It's such a good source of carbs and protein, and it's a great way to start your day. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's actually already, I haven't got my watch on. What is the time? It's actually already 11 o'clock. I've been so busy this morning. I haven't even had time to think and start making breakfast. But for breakfast this morning, I actually plan to do baked oats because they're my favorite thing in winter and I haven't had them in ages, and I just thought what a perfect time to have my baked oats again. Now, obviously this is not something that you can really cook and take to work, but it is actually really easy to make and it literally tastes like having cake for breakfast, so why not? But yeah, if you're someone that needs to have breakfast on the go, probably not the best thing. But if you're someone that has breakfast at home, or maybe you want like a nice weekend breakfast for like a more chilled morning, then this is the breakfast for you. Again, super high protein, easy to make, and actually really quick to cook as well. So these are the ingredients that we're gonna need. We're gonna be making these Biscoff banana and blueberry flavor. So we're gonna need some Biscoff biscuits. I've just got this small packet. We've got one very ripe banana, some baking powder. Again, I'm using the Fit Pro Whey in French vanilla. And we've got some frozen blueberries, Biscoff spread, oats, and cinnamon. So the other thing that you're actually gonna need to make these as well is some water, or you can use some milk of your choice. But first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just mash the banana. So I'm using a whole banana, 80 grams of mashed banana. Once you've mashed it, you can then add everything else. Then we're gonna add a scoop of protein powder, 40 grams of oats, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and then we're just gonna pour in some water and give it a mix. Your consistency should be a little bit like this, so kind of thick, a little bit like normal porridge oats. Now for the flavors, I'm gonna add in a little bit of cinnamon and some frozen blueberries. Then we can pour it into a oven-proof dish. Lastly, I've just crushed up these Biscoff biscuits and I'm gonna pour it on top. And that's ready to now go in the oven at 180 degrees C for 10 to 12 minutes. And there we go. It's just come out of the oven after 12 minutes. I left it in for. Now I'm just gonna heat up some Biscoff spread in the microwave. And there we go. There are my Biscoff baked oats. I'm just gonna heat up some Biscoff spread in the microwave for 20 seconds and then drizzle it on top. Oh my God, this looks incredible. So for this whole dish, there are 463 calories and 26 grams of protein, so it's a really well-balanced meal, and this is honestly my favorite way to start the day. Like, who doesn't love cake for breakfast? As always, I track all of my meals and recipes on my app Elevate, so this recipe is actually already on there. It's the banana and Biscoff melt baked oats, and all the ingredients are there, and then it also gives you the method. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but how good does that look? Not dry either. It's actually my first leg day in a week today, so this is the perfect pre-leg day fuel. I need to be making sure that I'm fueled up before that, so let's see what it tastes like. That's actually incredible. That might be the best thing I've ever made. Wow. Tastes like a cinnamon bun, but with blueberries. Oh. Good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. I am super excited for today's breakfast because it's one of my faves. I am obsessed with protein pancakes, and when I have the ingredients to make them, I will make them. And recently I've been making chocolate pancakes, so slightly different, and I thought what a perfect recipe to include in this week's video. So today is actually a rest day, but We eat the same on rest days as we do training days. I'm not actually tracking my calories at the moment. I gave you guys a bit of an update in my last video, but we're still eating good. We're still eating high protein. So these are the ingredients that you're gonna need to make my chocolate protein pancakes. Okay, so we're gonna be topping them with peanut butter because I love peanut butter. And then I also love banana. So I've got 2 bananas. This one is for the inside of the pancakes because it's super ripe, and the riper the banana, the better. Then you don't get dry pancakes. So we've got 2 bananas, one to go on top and one for the actual mix. Then I've got some of this sweet and salty peanut butter to drizzle on top. I've got 1 egg, some baking powder, the Women's Best Fit Pro Whey Protein in chocolate flavor. This is the same as the one I've showed you previously, but chocolate. And then we also have some rolled oats. Also, depending on your mixture and how it comes out, you might need to add a little bit of milk, but we will see. Now, this recipe sounds complicated, but it's honestly so easy to make. All you do is chuck all the ingredients in a blender cup, blend it up, and then pour it onto the pan. And this is actually such a great meal prep recipe, you know, like when I used to have breakfast in university when I had to meal prep, I always try to make stuff like this because it's something to look forward to. And all you do is make the protein pancakes, say like the night before or the day before or like 2 days before. And then you just pop it into a container and you can add like your toppings. I kind of tend to stick to like yogurts and berries when I'm on the go, but honestly, you can probably add whatever you want. It's just obviously if you're adding banana, probably add it on the day so it's not all brown. Okay, so we're gonna weigh out our ingredients into the cup as we do it. First of all, we have our 1 very ripe banana. This is, to be honest, probably a little bit ripe for me, but we're just gonna go with it. So I'm using 80 grams of banana. We're gonna add 1 scoop of protein powder, 1 egg, just gone all the way down the other side, great. 1 scoop of oats, which is around 20 to 30 grams. I normally use 30, so perfect. Then we're gonna add half a teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm gonna do just a dash of oat milk. Now you can add cocoa powder to make it extra chocolatey if you really want to as well. And then we're just gonna simply blend it up. So the good thing about using a blender cup is that you literally don't have to do anything except take the lid off and then pour it into the pan. So as you can kind of see, it's like a, oh, that was just gonna happen, wasn't it? It's a semi-runny mixture. Right, let's get flipping our pancakes. Then once bubbles start to appear on the top of the pancakes, they are ready to flip. I literally hate those holes. You know the fear of holes? That is me. Horrible. Now I'm just gonna stack my pancakes, add some peanut butter on top. This one is literally one of my favorites. It kind of like melts on the pancakes. So good. Finally, we're gonna add some banana, and then I like to drizzle it with maple syrup, of course. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. And there we go, guys. There are my super easy protein pancakes, which you can so easily meal prep. And also you can change up the flavors on these so much. You change the protein powder to vanilla. You could do like berries and yogurt on top. You could also add Biscoff and banana. Whatever you want to do, you can make these really interesting. So for meal prep, they're perfect because you'll never get bored. But for this whole stack, including toppings and stuff, there are 430 calories. There is also just over 36 grams of protein. So don't tell me that you have to eat chicken and rice to get your protein in. You definitely don't. And I hope that this is proof. Now for the all-important taste test. Oh my goodness. Looks so good. And they're not dry at all because we've used a really ripe banana. They're so good. Oh my god. So chocolatey. Yum. You guys have to try. Good evening, guys. So it's actually the same day, but tomorrow, which is Thursday, I have the busiest day and I'm in London all day, and I think my train's at like 7:30 in the morning. So obviously we're not going to be cooking breakfast tomorrow morning, but because I'm being a prepared person, I was trying to think of a name then that began with a P. What's a women's name that begins with a P? Penelope. We need to get prepping. So I actually really wanted to make something that I love to prep, and sometimes I just don't have the ingredients for it, but it turns out I do have the ingredients. So we're actually gonna be making some breakfast burritos that you can prepare the night ahead or a couple of days before, and you can take with you for when you're on the go. So I'm gonna be making a sausage, egg, and hash brown breakfast burrito. Yes. That sounds so bloody good. I'm so excited to eat it tomorrow. And I'm gonna prepare it now and then it'll be ready for tomorrow when I'm out and about. Okay, these are the ingredients that you're gonna need. So we're gonna be making 2 burritos because Kieran wants one. So we're gonna use 4 eggs. I've got 4 sausages there. They're just pork ones from like the local butchers. Then we've got some lighter cheese slices here. Hash browns, just 1 in each, and then a couple of wraps. Because we wanna make this really quickly and I really cannot be bothered to faff in the mornings or for my meal prep, we're going to be using the air fryer, but if you don't have an air fryer you can just use the oven. It's absolutely fine. It obviously just takes us a bit longer to heat up the oven. So I'm going to put the sausages in here, and I'm also going to put the hash browns in here, and we're just going to cook them in the air fryer for around 15 minutes until they are crispy. These are just frozen ones. They are McCain ones, and we've actually found these ones to be like the best hash browns. So per hash brown there is, per 100 gram baked. Got that bit out. Next up, we are gonna make the eggs. So I literally just crack these into a bowl and season them, then fry them off in a pan, almost like an omelette. Then we're just gonna pour the eggs in, and we're just gonna leave it to cook over a low heat like an omelette. The egg frittata kind of thing is now cooked, so I actually folded it in half and cooked it, and now I'm just gonna cut it down the middle, and then that will lay in the vat very nicely when you make it. Next, a really important step is to heat your wraps. So if they've been heated up, they are a lot easier to wrap up. First of all, I like to add a slice of cheese and then it will melt on top. Then I'm gonna add my egg. Next up, we're gonna add the sausage. Lastly, I'm just gonna cut the hash browns down the middle lengthways so that I can just layer it to the side. Then this is of course optional, but I'm gonna add some ketchup. So here we have the breakfast burritos before I roll them up. They look so good. Yum, it's making me so hungry. Now it's time to roll them up. So what I like to do is I like to make sure it's all in the middle. And the trick here is to fold the sides in, and then as you wrap it, fold everything in. And then there you go, there's one breakfast burrito. And I'm just gonna get some foil and place it in some foil. And there we go, there are our breakfast burritos all ready for the morning. Kieran's gonna eat his now, so I'm gonna cut into it and show you what it looks like. Oh my goodness, how good does that look? So yummy. So per breakfast burrito, there are 575 calories and 32 grams of protein. Guys, this looks so, so, so good. So if you're gonna be taking this to work, you can either eat it cold if you want to, or what I would do is just take it out the foil and pop it into the microwave for about 1.5 minutes until it's piping hot. Do you want yours down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Taste
please.
test then.
You can't beat a breakfast burrito, especially without bacon.
I know. Without bacon. Nice.
9.6.
Breakfast burrito that you're having for dinner.
Not dinner.
Good morning. It is Friday. We are on the last day of the working week. Today's breakfast is a good one. So good, in fact, that Kieran actually wants me to cook him a portion as well. So for breakfast today, I thought we could do something a little bit different to normal actually, but it kind of reminds me when I used to go to America as a child. I'd always get potatoes with my breakfast. I don't know what it is. It's a US thing. We don't really have potatoes for breakfast in the UK, and I don't know why, because they do taste really good. So for breakfast today, we're gonna be making chorizo scrambled eggs with air fryer crispy potatoes. potatoes. If you don't have an air fryer, it is honestly no problem at all. You can cook it in the oven, but obviously bear in mind, it's probably gonna take slightly longer. The good thing about an air fryer is that it's easy to clean and it's super quick to cook because obviously you don't have to preheat it. So if you don't have one, I'd actually really recommend investing in one. It's such a good piece of equipment for your kitchen. But anyways, let's get into it, and these are the ingredients that you're gonna need. Okay, so we're gonna need some potatoes. I've got Maris Pipers. Then we've got some diced chorizo because I'm lazy. We've got some paprika for the potatoes. I'm also going to be adding some salt and pepper, and then some eggs. First of all, we're going to dice our potatoes into pretty small chunks because we want it to cook quickly, and if they're smaller, they will cook quicker. Once your potatoes are chopped into roughly around a centimetre piece, we're then going to add them to the air fryer and then add some paprika, salt and pepper. That's enough paprika. And then finally I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil just so they go nice and crispy. And there are our seasoned potatoes, which are ready to be cooked. So I'm just gonna pop them into the air fryer at 180 for 20 minutes. While the potatoes cook in the air fryer, I'm now gonna prepare the eggs. So I'm actually just gonna crack 4 eggs into this bowl. So this will be for 2 portions, so 2 eggs. Then I'm gonna season them, and then we'll cook them in the pan with the chorizo. I'm gonna add in 30 grams of diced chorizo, so it's around 15 grams each. The chorizo will actually cook in its own oil, so you don't need to add any extra olive oil. When you're making scrambled eggs, the best way to do it is to actually just fold it in like this instead of scrambling it in the pan. Then you'll get nice folded chorizo scrambled eggs. And our potatoes are done. Oh my god, they look so good. And there we go, there is my crispy potatoes with chorizo scrambled eggs. And the calories for these are actually so good because using potatoes, you get so much more bang for your money. Instead of using bread, it's just a lot lower carb. And yeah, per bowl, except Kieran's is definitely bigger than mine, but that's fine. In this entire bowl, there are 355 calories and 20 grams of protein, and it's just a really great way to start the day. Now for the all-important taste test.
What's in the potatoes?
Good, aren't they?
What's on there?
Secret. Guys, this is so good. I'm actually shocked at how well this turned out.
No, oh, don't tell them that.
We need to have this more
Shut
often.
the jaw. You know, you got to believe in yourself, haven't you? Yeah, you need to make it more often.
And there we go, guys. That was 5 days of healthy, high protein breakfast that you can make in under 20 minutes. I hope you found this video really useful. Make sure you comment down below what you want to see next. And of course, I'll add all of the ingredients and macros and calories and everything below, so you can just refer back to that as well. All of these recipes are actually also on my app. And if you want to download that, you can download it from just £4.16 a month. It has over 1,900 recipes, and it's literally like my baby. I honestly love my app so much, and I'd love for you all to experience it. So I'll also leave the link down below for that as well. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and I will see you at the same time next week. Bye, guys.